which one is resonating with you. And pick your pile. I'm going to give you a minute to just breathe into it. I hope you've had a good week so far. It's Friday here in the northeast of the US. And don't know where you are in your week, but I'm looking forward to the weekend. So, pick your pile and we'll begin from there. So let's see. Excuse me. All right. I'm going to start with the Rider-Waite. Let's see what we have for you. And this is for over the course of your next week with relationship and what it has for you. We've got the Hierophant, the Ace of Swords, Chariot. You can see these well. The Two of Swords and the Two of Cups. Wow. Very interesting. So I'm going to get the color of this reading by actually already adding in your Lenormand cards to see what they're going to tell us too. And I've got the Bear, and I've got the Crossroads. So I'm going to pull that up for you so you can see that a little bit. Okay, cool. Now, here we go. So this is a very interesting reading. I can tell you right off the bat that this is completely about the partnership. I mean, it is a love reading, so I stated that out of the gate. And clearly, it's a partnership reading, okay? Out of the gate, we have the Hierophant, which doesn't always mean a partnership, but I'm taking it as such because we have two twos right here. And if you've got this much leaning on a partnership, it's clearly affirming for me, excuse me, I'm sorry, that this is a partnership reading. So something this week is going to be very important to you if you chose this pile when it comes to an existing partnership. It's not about a new one. It's not about something coming your way. It's about one that you're in. It's very likely it could be about either what could be known as a marriage or that is almost a marriage. So if it's not an official, legal marriage, we're talking about you and somebody where this is resonating. It's about you and somebody where there's an existing partnership that might be a very long-standing one, a long-time one, almost to the point where it feels like it is a marriage. At the heart of your week, you are at a crossroads. And right under, the crossroads, and you're very protective about a decision. You're taking this very seriously. You have a decision, you clearly do, between the Chariot and the Two of Swords and the Crossroad. There's a heavy, kind of a weighted decision for you with the Bear and the Crossroads. There's something that's really important to you coming up. And this, it would make sense if it's around a partnership that is really established partnership or long-time partnership for you. Any decision around that would certainly be very impactful for you. But this week seems very monumental. You're trying to really balance, what to do so that you have forward movement and victory. You've got two victory cards here. You've got the Ace of Swords, which is also to me needing clarity, and you have the Chariot. So you have a big emphasis on dealing with an existing partnership, a decision around a crossroads to do with it, and you may need clarity. And the reason this is underscored for me is you have the Ace of Swords, which is often cutting to the chase, needing clarity, needing to get clear about something. You also have the blindfolded Two of Swords, which is, you're not seeing clearly in order to make this decision. There's something you're not seeing, there's something you could be denying, but there's a big decision to make around an important partnership. You may need more information to get victory or to move forward. Movement card, victory, move forward with it. You need more information. You don't want to stay in denial. If you can play this well, pile one, folks, if you can play this well, this important relationship has the potential to be this kind of a relationship for you, where you can have a meeting of the minds. And actually, what I feel this to be is more about sharing your emotions with each other. So I feel like if this is something that's important to you, clearly it is with the Bear and the Crossroads. This is an important time for you with an existing partnership. You may need to see what you need to see and say what you need to say. Okay. In order to come to this conclusion, get clarity, make a decision, whatever it is you're coming to, you need to take the blindfold off and get the information you need. You may have to have an important conversation. And clearly, this is pretty weighty for this week. It's a pretty heavy situation. So just pulling a couple clarifiers for you. And I dropped one, picking it up, so we get full opportunity to clarify for you. Pile one, 2 more cards around this reading for you, and then we'll move on. Oh my goodness. Ace of Swords again. And the Death in the reverse. I'm getting one more. Okay. And Lovers in reverse. Okay. So interesting. Okay. There's an upheaval in this relationship. And you want clarity around something that's not ending. It's like a cycle. I feel like there's a cycle with this existing relationship for those of you who chose this pile. There's a cycle that's not ending. Like there was a chapter that was supposed to end, or a learning that was supposed to happen, or something. But somehow something that was not learned or not ended or not moved on from, you need clarity for. So this says to me that there's loose ends. There's loose ends around this important relationship. There was some upheaval in this important relationship. 2 of Cups, 2 of Swords, Lovers reverse. I totally see that. But the Death is in the reverse. So there just has not been clarity. There has not been a new stage. There has not been any kind of transmuting, transforming. And there needs to be new, clear information that helps you gain victory, move forward, take the blindfold off, and have a meeting of the minds on this. I don't know if I'm not saying this means it's an ending that needs to happen, but there's a phase or a piece of information that needs to happen. So whatever that means to you, I'm going to leave it here. I hope this meant something to those of you who picked pile number 1. And I'm going to move on to pile number 2. So if you're just joining, welcome. Shane, thanks for being here. Maurice, thanks for being here. Let's see. I'm going to move on to pile number 2, and that is for the Good Tarot and the Amethyst Crystal, if you picked that. Let's see what we have in store for you this coming week in your love life. We have the Hermit, the Queen of Fire. Ooh, interesting. 3 of Cups. 3 of Fire. Wow. And 7 of Fire. So Queen of Wands. And we have a lot of fire here. We have the Queen of Wands, 3 of Cups, 3 of Wands, and 7 of Wands. The Lenormand, if I can stand these up for you. We have the Ship and the Moon. So the Ship and the Moon is an energy of moving forward, traveling, moving onward. And, the moon means so many things, but it can mean romance, allure, attraction, magnetism, wooing someone. It's, and it's not the traditional fear of like the regular tarot. For me in the Lenormand, it's more about romance and allure, attraction, charisma. So moving toward that, like there's an attraction here. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. You may start out in a contemplation mode with the Hermit. You may be having, going within. There may be something perplexing you around a particular relationship for those of you who pulled out this pile. But so you feel that you could evolve out of some alone time, perhaps. But I feel like that's short-lived because right after that, we have the Queen of Fire. So whatever time you take to rejuvenate, to go within, or to give yourself some alone time, um, you're reaching back out. So whether you are a representative of the Queen of Wands, or whether you have a Queen of Wands in your life, and it doesn't matter, male or female, whether it's you or whether it's somebody else, you definitely are coming back with this. I mean, I consider the Queen of Wands to be really one of the most attractive and charismatic magnetic cards in the whole deck. That energy of the Queen of Wands is extremely attractive. So it's not surprising to me that the moon allure and attraction is here. There's a potential to be really syncing up with someone, or if you're not with someone, you're sending off a vibe of attraction. Now, what's interesting is you do have these two threes next to each other. You have the Three of Cups and the Three of Wands. So for those of you, for the just smaller subset of you where a third person is very important in this mix, you may have a player in the story who is interfering, with the story. I don't mean this is a third party cheating scenario. I don't mean that, and I don't actually feel that. I feel like that is not the case. I feel like the Three of Cups may be around a reconciliation. To me, I'm feeling it like a lighter energy. I'm feeling it like you may come together with someone or some people to gather, get together, chit chat, catch up, have a coffee, have a drink, whatever it is. Reconcile, maybe even. I feel that as a light, fun energy and that you're going to be. I feel like that's like an energy of frivolity, like good conversation, or again, somebody's going to be seeming very attractive to you, or you're going to feel very attractive to somebody else, or you both will. That it's going to be mutual. I feel that also with the Three of Wands, that there's going to be a testing going on for one of the two of you, that maybe is like, what happens if I put energy into this? Do I get energy back from it? But in the mix of all this, I'm almost feeling like somebody's having an opinion or butting their nose in. And I'm just getting that side of these two threes. I'm getting that side that somebody it could be somebody's friend, it could be your friend, it could be your relative, could be family member, spouse, partner, whomever, but somebody might be butting their nose into what is this light, fun, attractive, magnetic energy. That could be showing up as somebody saying, somebody critiquing you for the way you behaved with someone, or why did you say that in front of that person, or why did you reach out, or you shouldn't have called them, or kind of reprimanding or having an opinion, like an unwanted opinion. And what's interesting is actually this ends up fitting in. The Seven of Wands can be a holding your ground energy, a bit of a defensive energy. We always know the traditional Seven of Wands can be holding your ground. So in fact, if you have somebody this week who wants to chime in, have an opinion, taint the situation, kind of, douse your flame of something that seems to be fun, light, magnetic, some kind of bonding that's happening with you and someone, and somebody wants to douse your flame, looks like you're going to hold your ground. Looks like you're going to be on the defense a little bit. I don't see in a bad way. I see in a healthy way. That you have your ideals, and in this deck, it's the unicorn on top of the hill. I mean, this unicorn has their ideals and they're holding their ground. So there's nothing wrong with that. So if you feel that interference, that could be your situation, that you're not going to let anybody rain on your parade, so to speak. I see this as really positive. Don't take this moon for anything negative. This moon to me is casting an illumination. For a small subset of you, the moon, for me in the Lenormand, can also be well-deserved fame and recognition. That for some of you, you could be moving toward somebody recognizing you, or recognizing you, that you cared about, might be coming back again. A reconciliation where someone is re-identifying with your worth, your value, your attractiveness. Could be literal fame if some of you are going for some fame of some sort. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for you and see if we have any other clarifiers for your week ahead in this love reading. Okay. Wow. Another Queen of Wands right on top of the Queen of Wands. Lovers. And Strength in the reverse. Okay. So there's an attraction. Wow. In a big way. A major attraction factor. Okay. We just affirmed the Queen of Wands. So that's fascinating. This is all around a lover situation. Yeah, it could be a decision. I'm not reading it as a decision. I don't see decision. I don't see twos. I don't see decisions. I see this as just underscoring the fact that this is a really important relationship, whichever one it is that you're thinking about. It could have a bit of that, twin flame, soulmate-y kind of energy if you believe in that stuff. But it's deep. It's a deep connection, and there's a deep attraction. So clearly, there's a deep attraction here. The issue that I see is either you want to speak up or someone wants to speak up, but they may be holding back. Strength in the reverse. Somebody might want to speak up. So let's see. I do see there's a small element that one or both of you, and this is your reading, so I'm going to leave this to you, but around this important relationship where there's just insane chemistry going on, you just can't deny it kind of thing. You might just be impulsive this week. If you've been guarding yourself carefully about not making that call, not, texting out, not doing that outreach, I don't know what it is. This could be that we're coming off the full moon, but there's intense emotions going on right now for a lot of people. Things are coming to a head, and it almost feels like right or wrong. There's so much in the energy right now, whether it's the astrology or whatever, that's causing us to do things to really understand what we're supposed to be thinking, doing, leaving in our lives, affirming or casting out. So I say all this to say that if there's just like this incredible attraction that you have for somebody and you don't feel it's over yet, and there's a reconciliation that might happen with these threes coming up, or somebody's getting in your way with a third party maybe being nosy, causing you to defend yourself, that there may be a reason why this is happening for you again, plain and simple, that you may just really need to play out this cycle and take action. And, I'm kind of a believer in that realm that there's no wrong answer, truthfully. Excuse me, there's no wrong answer when you make those moves. Let me just take a sip. Excuse me. There's no wrong answer. If you make those moves that you're questioning, truly, there's no wrong answer. If it just turns up that it's just not, you get hurt again, or you regret it afterward, you end up in the wrong place because of it. It's really one of those things where it was meant to happen. If you needed to get knocked down a few more pegs, you need to be shown something. Excuse me. You need to see who somebody really is, because you gave them one more chance. No, we can't do those cycles. And yeah, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, that whole adage. Yeah, we all know that. But the bottom line is, my big belief is, like, we do what we need to do if a cycle is not over, and we need to kind of be impulsive and make that connection. Sometimes that impulsivity is on good instinct, and sometimes it's on bad instinct. But it really doesn't matter. Basically, I feel I put this into the category of, you got to do what you got to do. I don't know why this long ramble is coming out, but there's a hella attraction going on with you and an important person, lovers. You either won't have the courage to come forward, or for the subset of you that do, you're gonna be impulsive this week. Okay. And I just, I'm not saying go ahead and be impulsive. Excuse me, do the best for you and what your return will be. Don't be foolish. But if you just can't hold it back, and you feel there's more to resolve in this particular connection because it is so important, it's looking to me like you're moving toward this attraction. I mean, boat, ship, and moon. It's an alluring attraction. The moon is totally that for me in the Lenormand. So I kind of feel like, I hate to say this, was a little bit out of your hands. Do the right thing for you. And it doesn't always mean the easiest thing or the quote unquote smartest thing. So I wish you well with that. And I am thankful for those of you who hopped on into the reading. I so appreciate your endorsements, your love, your thumbs up, your subscriptions. I love the fact some of you that have been tracking with me for a long time. If you feel I'm resonating with you, thank you so much. So, oh my gosh, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. The last two folks who gotta love MSB and Right Chappie. I know you've been on my feed and I see you there, and all of you. Thank you for just coming on, watching, being followers, commenting, sharing, subscribing. I just want you to know it means so much to me. I'm kind of new at all this. As you know, this is my first live. So I will do more. I'll do more. I didn't announce it because I was a little bit nervous, and I thought if I give an announcement that is coming, I'll have more people. I didn't want too many people this first time. So you're my little sacred live viewers, and I thank you for that. If you have any questions for me, I'll stay on for a minute if anybody has any questions. If you want a personal take on something, I'll wrap this up. If anybody wants to shoot a comment in the comment box, there's something I can help you with before I wrap up. Simple question. Let me know. This is your chance. I'll pull a card for you because I'm here. So if you have something on your mind, just shoot it in the comments box. It's obviously not so overwhelmed right now that I can't see it. And I will pull a card for you. So anybody have something they specifically want to know? Very specifically, let me know. So go ahead and put it in if you have something you want to know. Okay, you got what you needed from that. Excellent, excellent. I'm going to come on live another time. You'll have more chances. So I just want to thank you again. Oops, I've got somebody with a question about their job search. Okay, yeah, that's a big one. Let me pull a couple cards for you about the job search. You know what's really good for that? The Lenormand is really good for answering general questions about that too. I'm going to give you a quick response. I'm going to answer these two. Financial one for you, Maurice, and I'm going to do the job one for Gotta Love MSB, okay? So Gotta Love MSB, those are the two I'm going to do, and then I'm going to sign off just because I know this can get endless, and I don't want to keep this too long. So Gotta Love MSB, you've got a question, concern about the job search. So here we go. What do you need to know about your job search? I know you're nervous. Geez, job searches are really torturous right now. Let's just face it. It's not an easy time, but I'm a believer and I know something about this, that there are jobs. Oh, there are jobs to be had. Okay. So, wow. Interesting. I'm going to pull two cards for you. Three. I meant to say three. Death. Okay. Death, Four of Wands, and the Moon. And let's not take the Moon and Death as negative, but we do have on the bottom of your deck Victory. Okay. And not wanting to walk away from something. You might be not leaving the past. There's a change or a transformation or a leaving of the past that's going to need to happen, or a leaving of your perspective, an ending of your perspective in order to gain victory. I really feel that. I feel like you need to end something that you're thinking or something that you're doing, almost in a way like, are you in some way, are you in some way not being confident enough in yourself? And that's what's holding you back. I almost feel like it's an ending of a perspective. So I don't know if you relate to this at all, but if there's an ending of a perspective, that you need to get a new perspective. Something needs to end. I don't know if you've left if you've learned or left a chapter needed to end. This is not the world card, but I'm just feeling this. You definitely are going through a transition. It could be a good one. Your transition will lead you to greater stability. So I think that's really hopeful. I don't think I would be nervous about that at all. I think that you may need to do more networking, more searching, and actually more activity. For some reason, I feel like there's a chance that there's not enough activity going on. Like, don't make every move that you're making. Yeah. So, yeah. So I think that you need to definitely, this goes under the category of act as if. Be more confident before you even feel it. Put more feelers out. Have the confidence that you're worthwhile and worthy and worth these people's. Now, you don't want to take up a lot of people's time when you're networking, but you need to put more outreach out there. It's a numbers game right now. Seriously, if you put so much weight on every single contact you're making right now in your job search, I feel like you're making it ominous and you're making it heavy. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, I do feel like it's very difficult during COVID, and yet if you go and look at remote work and remote working, there are still opportunities. My suggestion would be definitely to treat your job search like a job, just in terms of volume. Don't let yourself get, don't let yourself get set back by each rejection or each move having to be so critical, having to be so big. Give yourself a goal each day of putting out X number of emails, X number of whatever. Volume will be your friend. And then if you even get little bites, stay on top of it. Don't be down on yourself as much as you can. During a job search, it's really important to stay buoyed up, to do things that raise your spirits, that are good for you, even when you're not during that work period of your day in your job search. I feel like you need to end a defeatist attitude. I feel like for some reason you're giving yourself a negative before you even begin. That's the vibe I'm getting. That something in terms of your perspective needs to end. I think you're going through a positive transition that will ultimately give you greater stability. That's what you're after. But you're going to need to illuminate your situation. And I just feel that way. For whatever reason, I'm feeling like you might be keeping yourself in the dark here, that you're not putting yourself out as much as you could be, that you're not showing people, what you can do. And I really feel like, who are you to do that? You have some strengths and talents and gifts that the world needs to see. It'll get clearer. And if you haven't worked on best articulating that on your resume, or if you're somebody who's on LinkedIn, on your LinkedIn, get help with that. Get help clarifying and coming across as clear and strong as you need to be. Because when you have that, you have confidence. I'm a full believer in that. If you don't like what's representing you in terms of your email style or your cover letter or your profile or your resume, when you get that locked down to state the couple simple things you're looking for and why you're great for it, you feel so much more confident. So I feel like there's a confidence thing. There's definitely a confidence thing happening here. A couple more Lenormands. Yeah, there's the cross. And okay. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. So we have the cross, the lilies, and the birds. So basically, for me, the cross is about doom and gloom and regret, and it's definitely got the negative. It's got the negative overtone. The lilies is that it will take some time. This is going to happen over a period of time for you, and patience is needed. And amazingly, the birds are all about communication, like emails, texts, letters. This is all about communication. It totally underscores what I'm saying. The more contacts, the better. You need to be optimistic. You need to be optimistic. And you do. I see that in your comment. And you need to get more activity going. This is constant tweets, emails, contact. Literally in my Lenormand book on the birds, it's about frequent status updates, frequent back and forth emails. So this is an activity thing for you. This is a perspective and activity thing for you. I hope that helped. Keep going. I wish you lots of luck, but you know what? Hey, you've got the victory card as well underneath the deck. So that's amazing. So the other one I promised to do was for Maurice, and it was more of a finances. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. So Maurice, you had a concern about finances. Rephrase your question before I pull. I need to know where my financial and recognition situation is going towards regard to my musical artist career. Oh, okay. Finances and recognition around your musical artist career. Wow. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. What's going on for Maurice around his musical artist career? I'm going to do one more big shuffle for you. Oh my goodness. I don't think I fully shuffled here unless you're just also going to have this same exact victory as in our last reading, but that would be good too, right? Okay. Finances and recognition around your musical art career. What kind of, can I ask what kind of music you do, or what kind of musical art career are you in? Can you give me a hint? I would like to, if you want to, Maurice. What kind of musical career are you in, Maurice? Like what kind of, are you in a band? Do you play an instrument? Are you a composer, writer, singer? Okay, so let's pull. We have victory. Wow, 7 of Swords. And Queen of Swords. Okay, and the bottom of the deck is the 6 of Cups. Okay, hip hop genre, but you also play instrumental and are a choreographer. Wow, that's cool. Okay. Okay, so what I'm getting with this already is this is your intention is victory. Your intention is you want to success, obviously, right? You want victory, you can feel it, you can taste it, you can envision it, you're like almost there, you've got huge passion. This to me is huge passion. And okay, this is to me one of 2 things when it comes to your musical career. I'm going to tell you, there could be somebody in your midst not cheating with you, not cheating from you or stealing from you. I'm going to give you like 3 different scenarios I'm getting all at once. I've got to sort this out. One definitely is the standard. There could be somebody in your midst that you shouldn't trust when it comes to your career. I don't know if you're partnering with somebody that you just need to be wary of, that there's somebody that you need to be wary of, and make sure you're handling your business, not just like an artist, but as a business owner, and that you keep your allies that are working with you. And if there's anybody not carrying their load or not working with you, they can't be a part of your success. They won't make you successful. So I don't know if you're just a solo act and a solopreneur, but if you are, this is not applying to you right now. If you have people around you, okay, so you definitely feel the deceitful energy around the 7 of Swords. So yeah, this paired with the Queen of Swords is saying to me, on the way to your victory, you need clarity. You need to know who you can trust. And there might be somebody in the midst that might want to gain by being associated with you, or not give their full share, or try to get by, not putting in all the hard work, or just kind of being a drain, maybe being a drain on your energy. I almost think it could be a childhood friend or somebody that this to me is like you being innocent and maybe wanting to trust. This is an innocent connection, an innocent friendship, an innocent partnership. So you're not quick to assume negative about people, but it's asked, and here's a partnership. Again, lovers. And this is victory, which is awesome. But so you're not quick to assume negative about people, but this is kind of telling you to just be mindful, to not always be so innocent about the core partnerships, that you're dealing with right now when it comes to your career. Be mindful, be strategic, not naive. You've obviously worked hard at your craft, it's everything, to you. And, just be mindful and be careful that somebody's, not going to rip off energy from you or your time. And, if you're going to devote your time and energy to something, have it be with the right partners and cut out what's not working for you is really, is what I'm feeling with that. So I'm also going to take a couple, and you feel an empath narcissistic partnership where you're the empath. Okay. The clarification is there's a dynamic going where you don't want to believe negatively about someone else who's a bit more selfish. And you may have to kind of take your blindfolds off if there's someone out there trying to take advantage of your good will or sensitivity. Yeah, definitely. Well, awareness is the first step, right? It's not always easy. Let's see what else. I'm just going to pull 2 more here. These Lenormands. I've got the Anchor. Oh, my goodness, Maurice. And I've got the Snake. I just said don't get drained. Don't get your energy get drained by somebody who is not on the up and up with you, somebody who might be taking your energy or taking your time or unjustly taking from you. And the Snake is a snake. I mean, I think this is a warning kind of a reading that you do need to cut out or be very cautious of who you're surrounding yourself with. Have proper boundaries. Don't let yourself be the kind, sensitive person who gets reeled in by somebody who's out for themselves or is not sincere. You've got a Snake here. You've got the Anchor, which is in a normal reading would be steadiness, grounded, reliability. In a reading with a negative card like a Snake, it's kind of, you could be shackled by this. So you could be tied to a negative force. Okay. So I think this is not to get you upset by the reading, but it's always good to have awareness. I hope this helped in some way. It's not telling you exactly what to do, but you know what? The Queen of Swords knows they have to really be careful and maybe cut out what's not working. Don't be naive. 6 of Cups. Could be a snake in your midst. So anyway, Maurice, good luck with that. And I wish you all good luck over the next week. Thank you for being here for my live. And again, just so appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. And I will see you soon. Take good care and enjoy your weekend too.